everyone's comments. I made a couple changes, like the music apparently was distracting. So, which I actually completely understand. There's not many ASMR videos with music in the background because it is distracting. So this time it's just silence. It's me reading from the Student Bible for Catholics again. So I won't make too long of an intro. Go ahead and start. Just find a place to read. Start in Isaiah. Chapter 5. Let me now sing of my friend's song concerning his vineyard. My friend had a vineyard on a fertile hillside. He spaded it, cleared it out of stones, and planted choicest vines. Within it he built a watchtower and hewed out a winepress. Then he looked for the crop of grapes, but what it yielded was wild grapes. Now, inhabitants of Jerusalem and men of Judah, judge between me and my vineyard. What more was there to do for my vineyard that I had not done? Why then I looked for the crop of grapes. Did it bring forth wild grapes? Now will I let you know what I meant to do to my vineyard. Take away its hedge, give it to grazing, break through its wall, let it be trampled. Yes, I will make it a ruin. It shall not be pruned or hoed, but overgrown with thorns and briars. I will command the clouds not to send rain upon it. The vineyard of the Lord of hosts is the house of Israel, and the men of Judah are his cherished plant. He looked for judgment, but to see bloodshed, for justice, but hark the outcry. Now maybe we can skip to one of the Gospels. Gospel of Matthew. By the way, I'm working on getting a tripod. I had one, but I can't seem to find it. I haven't used it in a long time, so I'll get that, and it should be better, so hopefully me holding it isn't too distracting. Let's see. Gospel of Matthew, chapter 9, verse 9. The call of Matthew. As Jesus passed on from there, he saw a man named Matthew sitting at the customs post. He said to him, "Follow me." And he got up and followed him. While he was at table in his house, many tax collectors and sinners came up and sat with Jesus and his disciples. The Pharisees saw this and said to his disciples, "Why does your teacher eat with the tax collectors and sinners?" He heard this and said, "Those who are well do not need a physician, but the sick do. Go and learn the meaning of the words. I desire mercy, not sacrifice. I did not come to call the righteous, but sinners." I really like that call of Matthew and Jesus talking to the disciples. It's a lesson about how we shouldn't just be around those that are, that do all the right things and the rich and the good. We also must go to those that need our help and show mercy and be around them and dine with them and just show love to even the sinners. It doesn't mean you have to surround yourself with sinners all the time and let them influence you, because the Bible talks about that as well. But there's a balance, swayed by sin or swayed by the sinners. It doesn't mean you gotta abandon them. Jesus didn't abandon them, but he was still righteous. And by the way, all my videos aren't going to be reading the Bible, and all my videos, when I do read the Bible, aren't going to be me talking about it. I just kind of felt it, I guess. I just kind of wanted to this time. But, I can definitely just keep reading in other videos. Feel free to leave comments. Let me know. The question about fasting. Then the disciples of John approached him and said, "Why do we and the Pharisees fast much, but your disciples do not fast?" Jesus answered them, "Can the wedding guests mourn as long as the bridegroom is with them? The days will come when the bridegroom is taken away from them, and then they will fast. No one patches an old cloak with a piece of unshrunken cloth, for its fullness pulls away from the cloak and the tear gets worse. People do not put new wine into old wineskins. Otherwise the skins burst, the wine spills out, and the skins are ruined. Rather, they pour new wine into fresh wineskins, and both are preserved." The healing of a mute person. Matthew chapter 10, verse 32. As they were going out, a demoniac who could not speak was brought to him. And when the demon was driven out, the mute person spoke. The crowds were amazed and said, "Nothing like this has ever been seen in Israel." But the Pharisees said, "He drives out demons by the prince of demons." The compassion of Jesus. Jesus went around all the towns and villages, teaching in their synagogues, proclaiming the gospel of the kingdom, and curing every disease and illness. At the sight of the crowd, his heart was moved with pity for them, because they were troubled and abandoned, like sheep without a shepherd. Then he said to his disciples, "The harvest is abundant, but the laborers are few. So ask the master of the harvest to send out laborers for his harvest." I think I'll go a little bit farther. Maybe past the Gospels into Acts. I think I remember the Peter speech. It's a good one. Acts chapter 10, verse 34. Then Peter proceeded to speak and said, "In truth, I see that God shows no partiality. Rather, in every nation, whoever fears him and acts uprightly is acceptable to him. You know the word that he sent to the Israelites as he proclaimed peace through Jesus Christ, who is Lord of all. What has happened all over Judea, beginning in Galilee after the baptism that John preached, how God anointed Jesus of Nazareth with the Holy Spirit and power. He went about doing good and healing all those oppressed by the devil, for God was with him. We are witnesses of all that he did both in the country of the Jews and in Jerusalem. They put him to death by hanging him on a tree. This man God raised on the third day and granted that he be visible, not to all the people, but to us, the witnesses chosen by God in advance, who ate and drank with them after he rose from the dead. He commissioned us to preach to the people and testify that he is the one appointed by God as judge of the living and the dead. To him all the prophets bear witness that everyone who believes in him will receive forgiveness of sins through his name." lessons, of course. Psalm 119. A prayer to God, the lawgiver. Happy those whose way is blameless, who walk by the teachings of the Lord. Happy those who observe God's decrees, who seek the Lord with all their heart. They do no wrong, they walk in God's ways. You have given them the command to keep your precepts with care. May my ways be firm in the observance of your laws. Then I will not be ashamed to ponder all your commands. I will praise you with sincere heart as I study your just ethics. I will keep your laws. Do not leave me all alone. How can the young walk without fault? Only by keeping your words. With all my heart I seek you. Do not let me stray from your commands. In my heart I treasure your promise, that I may not sin against you. Blessed are you, O Lord. Teach me your laws. With my lips I recite all the edicts you have spoken. I find joy in the way of your decrees, more than in all your riches. I will ponder your precepts and consider your paths. To your laws I take delight. I will never forget your word. I think I bookmarked this a long time ago. Let's see. Psalm 28, Petition, Thanksgiving of David. To you, Lord, I call, my rock. Do not be deaf to me. If you fail to answer me, I will join those who go down to the pit. Hear the sound of my pleading when I cry to you, lifting my hands toward your holy place. Do not drag me off with the wicked, with those who do wrong, who speak peace to their neighbors, though evil is in their hearts. Repay them for their deeds, for the evil that they do. For the work of their hands repay them. Give them what they deserve. They pay no heed to the Lord's works, to the deeds of God's hands. God will tear them down, never to be rebuilt. Blessed be the Lord who has heard the sound of my pleading. The Lord is my strength and my shield, in whom my heart trusted and found help. So my heart rejoices. With my song I praise my God. Lord, you are the strength of your people, the saving refuge of your anointed King. relentless and wrath overwhelming. Before jealousy, who can stand? Better is an open rebuke than a love that remains hidden. One who is full tramples on virgin honey,